Drop Nation, CJ Battle, Kings, man, to Daniel Kelly, man, putting in that work. Kings to Sims, man, putting in that work, man. In Fort Worth, Dallas, man. Peace to Thoth, Texas, putting in that work. Hey, we in the house. Drop Nation, man. CJ Battle. Y'all support this king, because let me tell you, man, this is the walking studio, man. This is the ether upper, the ether session. You know what I'm saying? Professor. Always giving pure water in all instances, man. Hey, out to the battle family. We battle up. Man, we in battle time, man. CJ Battle. This joint is called I'm Back, produced by Sims, directed by Daniel Kelly Film. Support these bros, man, because it's the way. Hey.
Yeah, think I got it back. Yeah, think I got it back. I'm back for some more, back for some more, back for some more. Yeah, I'm back, think I got it back. Back for some more, back for some more, back for some more. Yeah, I'm back, think I got it back. I think I caught the bag, cause I'm in it. You'll never catch me sad, cause I'm winning. Yeah, I'm back for some more, yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back. She back, cause she called me back. Yeah, I'm back for some more, back for some more. Yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back. Back for some more, back for some more. Yeah, I'm back, think I caught it back. Catch me at the store with the grocery bag. I don't want no more, I want it more, cause I caught it back. Yeah. I just want some dope in my duffel bag. Put it on to the stove, like a heart attack. I just caught it back. I just want some more, so I just want some more, cause I caught it back. Money on the floor, cause I caught the bag. Bubble on the floor, clearing it on my toe, yeah. It's a long road, I ain't going down sad. Yeah, I'm back for some more, yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back. You can't let me have, no. I need another half, back for some more, back for some more, back for some more, yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back. Back for some more, back for some more, back for some more, yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back. Back for some more, back for some more, yeah, I'm back for some more, yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back. Back for some more, yeah, I'm back for some more, yeah, I'm back for some more, yeah, I'm back, cause I caught it back.
Drop Nation. We've been patiently waiting. CJ Battle, man. Support the king, man. Supreme team. Shout out to the monarchy, man. Yeah, I already know, though. Shout out to Ty Battle, man. Putting in that, you know what I'm saying, overtime, man, to make sure her sons, man, and, you know, just her whole tribe, man, is tribing up, man. You already know, man, my jigger, AD, what it do? Yeah, man, that was a dope production, man. Again, shout out to Daniel Kelly Film, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sims. This is what we doing, man. So the bro just dropped his new YouTube channels. Please subscribe because, you know what I mean, you're going to see me out here dancing around with the bro, man. Don't even trip. You know what I mean? So make sure you subscribe to the flow, to the movement, because it's all about the frequency. It's all about the sound. So music is very important to our tribe. And you seeing our own flow, our own wave, man, our own sound. And I'm telling you, man, so much of it spirals right out of, you know, Clan Battle, man. And the Walking Studio, CJ Battle, got the full drop, man, in full effect. CJ J Battle, support the king, man. I let go. Man, I appreciate all y'all support, man. Y'all been very inspiring, man. I mean, I just really appreciate, man, so much that comes out of, what we do because this is what we do, you know what I'm saying? And what we're building, man, in real time, you know what I mean? So right now is the time of building. And, I appreciate all those jumping in the front line so that we can get everything popping exactly how we want it to be. You know what I mean? Get our website popping how we want it to be. You know what I mean? The app, the products we want to push out, all these things. So, this is all, of course, man, with one design, and that's the tribe up. So all praise our creator because our creator know we true. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. Once you got that direct flow, none of the, static and wing wham matter. At that point, man, the ball's right out in front. Man. So everybody that supported, man, you click the link below this video, man, and jump to the front lines, man. This is where we're going to be holding it down over here at Cash App. And keep supporting the PayPal or Cash App, whatever it takes, man, to build up, the full vision, the full design, man, that our creator, our framer and shaper is giving us by the moment to moment. You know what I'm saying? We get a new piece of the pattern, the artwork, man. It is a masterpiece. All praise our creator. So what it do, man? Jeremy Strickland said, got it set up. Love what Drop Nation represents. Hey, hi, 777 Showtime, man. What it do to the Viper? Support the Viper, man. One of my favorite boxers, man. The sweet science. I just really, you got to appreciate the sweet science, man. All of our arts, man. The capoeira, the jiu-jitsu, all that is ours, man. The Wing Chun, the Wong Kong, all that is ours, man. And her son is in the sweet science, man. You know what I mean? The boxing, man, he's doing great. The Viper, what it do? Look him up. Love to 777. She says, to anyone that's willing and able to support our brother, please do so. And let me just tell you, man, it's not just supporting me, you know what I mean? This is us, you know what I mean? Me is us. Me is Drop Nation. Me is the Ether Squad. Me is, you know what I'm saying, us, having a pinpoint, you know what I'm saying, battle plan. You know what I mean? Our battle plan is to vibe up, to spread our frequency by any means, you know what I mean? So we have a design that we want to spread out through different apps, through different products, different things. So we need you, you know what I'm saying? We need all hands in, you know what I'm saying? All drop in. This is an all drop in occasion while we get rebuilt. Because we're just talking about Mercury retrograde. And I hear they say you got to fall back. If you surf the wave, you got to fall back during this time, man. You got to let that chaos pass you by. Sometimes you got to hit the accelerator, bang, dodge the hijack. Sometimes you got to really just hit the brakes on the hijack, you know what I mean? So we're going to get into that. But love to 777, my sister Showtime. She said, he's been putting out very important information since 2016, man. Shout out to the balcony surfers, if not longer. And by him doing so, has truly made the dots connect and the puzzle complete. All we have to do now is tribe up and rise up. I know that I'm very grateful for all the wisdom that I have received, and I pray that everyone here has also. Bruh, King Drop, please continue building because you are truly helping a lot of families reconnect, even if they are not able to reconnect for some reason. And there are some out there that are growing alone. And that's true, man. We got to try, man, that it just got to do their own thing, you know what I'm saying, to hit those particular marks, man. But we all here together. This is an illusion of seclusion, but you are a blessing to them. I pray you get much blessings and many more families continue to reconnect. I pray the Most High continues to show you and your family much blessings and so much love. You've earned it. Please support our brother. It's well worth it. Almost 4 years strong. So much verified info. One nation, many tribes, man. Love to my sister. I wish I had my dragonfly applause. You know what I mean? Because you sure deserve it. And all that goes back to the entire Ether Squad, you know what I mean? To the entire council, man. To the entire, family, man, tribe that, has really, seized the, occasion, man, to be one drop, one nation, man. So this is all Hawa. This is the vibration that we're just, making sure our families are aware from our creator, and it's our creator only that we represent over here, man. So 777. Hey, hi, man. Amaru Khan, man. Say khandrop as soon as I'm able. I'll bring it to the table. I love what you're doing. For all of us, Hawaii knows we need it. Don't stop the steady water. Peace and power, bro. I appreciate you, bro. For real, for real. Brandon Reed, much love to Drop Nation. You got my support brick by brick. We tribing up. Hey, hi, Brandon Reed. That's real spill, and I appreciate you. My jig already know. Ether, Squid Eye, man, we in here, man. Yosef the real, Quam for the vision. Quam to build the empire. Drop Nation, we Quam as one. Halal, what? You already know. Yosef the real is keeping it trill. I mean, Tracy S said done. Period. Hey, hi, Tracy. I mean, that's what we're talking about. All drop in, man. The real Israel 144. Donate. Hey, hi, man. So, you know, we support everybody that's building, you know what I'm saying, in line and in the flow and in the wave, you know what I mean? So thank y'all for supporting us, man. Hit that cash app below and let go. Hey, hi for your comments, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get on these, you know what I'm saying, and take leaps, man. Giant steps and mighty leaps, man, because y'all been over here connecting things that every time I say I'm done, man, every time I say I'm moving on to a whole nother thing, y'all bring me back in with these comments, man, because you see so much more, you know what I mean? You continue to see, and that's beautiful, man. So we're going to talk a little about this, but first, man, I want to bring you in back to these robotic war weapons, you know. That last video, you know what I'm saying, was connected with this what they call VFX, VFX CGI situation. So yeah, they were simulating something that has a presence in reality. And in that case, it was Bosstown simulating Boston Dynamics. So I want to go right to Boston Dynamics so that we don't got a bunch of comments saying, but drop, oh, they fooled you, man. You know, those are just fake robots, man. They're simulating, they're just showing their master craftsmanship of being able to simulate reality, man. Don't lose focus on the point. They're simulating reality, man. And what's the real? This is the real. This is not CGI. This is not VFX. This is what those craftsmen, artsmen over there was simulating. It don't matter how we're getting it as long as it's leading us to the drop, and the drop is they're in preparation for something. You're about to see these little robotic sinus-of-phi all over your neighborhoods, man. And you get to actually watch how they've been, you know what I'm saying, ethering them up, you know what I mean? Upgrading these things, man. Now, this is just what they're showing us on the surface, man. So you got to go deeper. So when I drop a video, I don't care if it's CGI, man. Research what the hell we talking about, man. Stop losing focus. It's the fourth quarter. The ball's right out in front. The price is going up, man. Can you dig it? Man, nah, for real, man. For real. Check this shit out, man. I mean, there's some creepy shit right here, man. There's some creepy shit right here, man. Is this CGI? Is this visual effects, man? Is this visual effects, my brothers, my sisters? Does it matter if the shit is CGI, man? If they're simulating this shit for real, can you imagine this walking through the hoods, man, through the projects, man? Man, you better, hey, you better get focused out here. Y'all better get focused out here, man. Is this CGI, man? Drop, man. They fooled you, man. That was just a fake CGI robot thing. Y'all better get focused out here, man. Now you see they're simulating reality. Weren't they doing the same shit with the hockey sticks, with the dude with the beard? Everything they did in the CGI is for real, for real. For real, for real. Oh, shit. That nigga bit it. You know that dog screaming out, abomination, abomination. Let me skip ahead a little bit. Okay. I mean, come on, bro. Is this simulation? Is this CGI? No, this is Boston Dynamics. The other one is called Boss Town Dynamics, and that's the parody. It's a parody of reality, all right? And that's why we dropped it and said, look, focus on this. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because then they say, oh, that's the propaganda, man. They're just trying to, get you anti-guns and the propaganda is the propaganda. While you talking about politics, they're suiting up. While you talking about fancy words in politics, they're suiting up. You see how this dog's coming through this door? That's how it's coming through the projects, man. Please believe it. They sending the dogs, right? The Safali. Abomination. They creating these Safalis, man. I mean, You see it. I mean, either you see it or you don't. But we see clearly, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shit. Oh, hell no. They wasn't even doing that move in the CGI. They couldn't even replicate that shit. That's how authentic this is, man. Hey, real tough, man. Hey, did y'all just see that? Super. Hold up, man. Hey, this is just what they showing you, though. This nigga got move-ems, man. Oh, hell no. Oh, nigga. Oh, hell no. What? Oh, hey, please tell me this is CGI, man. This is killing that CGI shit. Y'all shouldn't have got me started, man. Y'all shouldn't even said nothing. Damn. Damn. Hey, this is an issue. Yeah, man, it's all good, man. Easy work, right? Easy work, right? Quam, to go. Oh, hell no. What? Hey, he said, oh. Lego. And they're starting to run. Oh, hell no. And they starting to kind of move like us, right? They getting a little smoother though, man. If you pay it, look how smooth this run is getting though, man. Low key, high key, man. Check this out, man. Come on, man. Yep. Little slave dogs. Little slaves. All right. Okay. All right, man. Love to noob Q. And just in case you thought it was play, Boston Dynamics, you know what I'm saying, works with these particular military contracts, man. So, you know, just pay attention to the title of this particular one. Love to La Madra. What you see? U.S. Future Military Robots, DARPA, Boston Dynamics. So before we showed Bosstown, this is Boston Dynamics, and these are future military robots. This ain't no propaganda to get you against guns. Nigga, this is suiting up season. This is tribe up season. My naga. So everything you seen with them robots doing the split in the air, flipping around, imagine that militarized, man. And it's all happening. Hell no, man. What? Oh, hell no. I mean, can't y'all see the terrain? Look how they training them. They training them for the they training them for the mountains, man. Hey, Hawa, Hawa. You know what I mean? Because we know these streets ain't safe. So if the mountains is all we got, Hawa, Hawa. All praise our Creator. Let it roll. Let them fly. Easy work. But for real, man, they going all out. The U.S. future military, militia, robots, mercenary. They even make them in the pint sizes. Look how it repositions itself, man. It starts to look more like, man, they dressed this thing up and put some type of animal head on its thing, man. It ain't no this floppy robot, man. Look at that. Whoop. Got his balance back. He's working on getting his balance back. Yep. So he can go through anything, right? So he can go through any terrain, right? Snow, ice, no problem. It's going to find its way back to his feet every time. This is serious business, right? Easy work. Easy work. No sweat, right? No problem. Train them in the snow, all in the mountains. Through the mud. And you know they're going to make these things, I mean, shit, 20 times faster, more agile. It's, you know, I mean, you already see them speeding up. You already see them speeding up. Here we go. Look at it. Look at it. Yep. So, I mean, they think that they got us all covered. You know what I mean? They can't. They can't hide in the streets. They can't hide in the mountains. We're going to have something for everybody. They're doing everything they can, man. Because, you know, look, it's clear what our only option is. You know what I'm saying? So they playing chess. They already put their military bases around these areas, even in the wilderness, different things, man. And it's just a matter of, hey, you know what I'm saying, our creator, the elements, the energy, you know, rocking with the children. You know, either it is or it ain't. And I say, I am that I am. Our creator is. Our creator exists. Hawa is our breath. Yeah, man, they hurling cinder blocks, man. Cinder blocks, man. All you can say is a wow. Wildcat. So he's really kind of running like a real cat, right? They got him running like a real cat. So that's just the beginning. He's galloping. That nigga knows how to gallop. Oh, hell no. You already see where this is going. You already see where this is going. Hey, these people are trying to simulate, real life, man. Oh, hell no. Yeah, you already see where this is going. You already see where this is going. All weapons formed against us. All weapons formed against us will fall. All weapons formed against us will fall. Oh, wow. So, yeah, man. As long as we can see this ain't no play, right? So who let them dogs out, man? Who let them dogs out? We just talking Mercury, retrograde, peace and power to the tribes all across the plane. Pull up the lanes. I ain't getting too deep, too heavy. I just want to, I want you to have a familiarity when you keep hearing about this, especially it's going on right now. I guess it's this is the third, the third Mercury retrograde of the year, something like this. So I guess, we're in the third Mercury retrograde. I don't know, man. They got all these funny names for this stuff, man. And it's up to you to say, what the hell are they talking about? What do they mean? The last Mercury retrograde of 2019 falls on Halloween. What do they mean? The last retrograde falls on Halloween. Samhain. Remember when we kicked about this Samhain, man? Remember we kicked about the Samhain? Because there's barriers that's falling around this time. It's very convenient for them to drop this Popeye's chicken sandwich on all these crazy nagas during this chaotic time of Mercury retrograde when all these barriers have fallen. Seems like a setup to me. Remember Samhain, the pagan religious festival originating from the Celtic spiritual tradition, right? Samhain is usually celebrated October 31st. Oh, come on, man. Don't start this play. Oh, okay, it's Mercury retrograde, right? Because all communication devices, everything starts messing up. All because of this Mercury. All because of this Thoth. This retrograde. October 31st and November 1st, really November 2nd, to welcome the harvest and usher in the dark half. We got on that, right? The dark half. Celebrants, participants. Okay, they're going to keep hijacking, so we just going to keep it. We just going to keep the water flowing. Because, this is retrograde, you know what I'm saying? All right, so they believe that the barriers between the physical world and the spirit world break down during Samaim. So there's barriers breaking down between the physical world and the spirit world during Samaim, which they call Halloween, allowing more interaction between humans and denizens. And we got on that. These are just the intermediaries. These are the ones that's caught in between. Demigods, right? They have no inheritance. All right, cool. I was done with you anyway, man. Let's go, man. Where we at? Yeah. All right. Over here. Being Jam Up Jones. Okay.
Great mornings start with a mattress from Ashley. Click the link to shop.
Hijack City. All right. We in retrograde, y'all. I'm sorry, man. It's going to be a lot of, static, during this drive, most likely. But we're going to keep the water flowing because we in retrograde, right? All right, let's go. So what does it mean? And then we're going to, watch a couple short videos and just fall back and surf the wave and get the drop on this retrograde. Now, it says if you have friends who reference astrology but don't follow it much yourself, you may have heard of people complaining about or dreading something called Mercury retrograde, but what is it? So here's the date. So yeah, we are in the third Mercury retrograde. Oh man. All right, come on. My laptop has never messed up like this before, man. All right, man. Come on. It's 2:30 in the morning, man. It's too late for it. But we in retrograde. All right, man. Come on, man. So what does it mean? So we're in the third one, right? October 31st. So remember, we just got these boundaries breaking down, right? Between these worlds. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make this real short and smooth. We're gonna get right in the video, man, because I already see how this is gonna go. But you got this drop. All praise to God, man. So as the name suggests, retrograde is when the planet appears to go backwards or its orbit as viewed from Earth. Astronomers refer to this as apparent retrograde. All right, man. I'm gonna work on this link. I'm gonna let this link, this cat right here, explain it, man. You got that other link, you pull it up. And, they over there retrograding my laptop. But we're going to get that back. Don't even trip.
Welcome to Old Navy tonight.
Come on, man. Retrograde. All right, while that loads up, let me get this back, man. Y'all got to be real patient. Because Mercury is all about communication and devices and laptops and text messages. So it's all about this planet going backwards. Every planet, all this stuff. Other hijack. The outer planets, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all take longer to orbit the sun than the Earth does because the orbits are larger. All right. Why dread it? It says, so what does all this have to do with people wanting to hide in their rooms? So this has to do with this chaos. It's just like the Greek messenger god. It was named for Mercury. Thoth, right? Named for Mercury. Oh, he didn't like that. All right, we'll get that again. Pull it up. Pause the video, check it out, read it. So let's get this link, man. These hijacks get out the way for us all, man. Hijack City, man. We in retrograde. All right, so what is retrograde?
I feel like sometimes nothing seems
Let's
to be
go,
right.
man.
And then your one friend who is super into astrology explains that Mercury is in retrograde. The first thing we need to clear up is that Mercury is not in retrograde. Mercury is just retrograde. This is the astronomical phenomenon when a planet appears to be moving backwards, reversing its orbit from our point of view here on Earth. It's actually an optical illusion. You see, planets orbit the sun at different speeds, and retrograde occurs generally as a faster-moving planet catches up with and then passes a slower-moving planet. Other planets retrograde too, but because Mercury is the fastest planet in the solar system, it retrogrades more frequently, about 3 to 4 times a year, and lasts for about 2 to 3 weeks. Ancient Romans and Greeks personified the planet Mercury as the messenger deity. Similarly, in astrology, Mercury rules over communication. It also governs analytical thinking, expression of ideas, and the processing of information. So, in astrology, when Mercury retrogrades, all those things get kind of scrambled. Hence why some people feel utter and total chaos during this period. Different Mercury retrograde.
So think about the frequency. Don't care about their hijacked cosmology and balls, isolated globular bodies, illusionary, you know what I'm saying, orbits and all this stuff, man. Just focus on the frequency, man. You know, we're gonna get back on that moon too. Shout out to Natural by Law. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you are, you know, fully in the flow of that classroom. Real talk, man. So the moon is, you know, giving out this electricity, you know, causing this this other vibration, you know, other than the magnetic vibration, right? And love to Dr. Delvin Blair, man, for breaking this down a long time ago as well. Go get that drop. You know what I'm saying? Now, what has this got to do with frequency? And they're saying now you're feeling chaotic, you scramble, communications are breaking down, right? And this is right after these barriers were being, you know, dropped, you know what I'm saying, because of this Samhain ritual, this ritual that lowers the barrier. Now we in retrograde. Now they dropped the Popeye's chicken sandwich, huh? Come on.
Grades can have different effects on us depending on which sign it's moving through, and they can take on more of the qualities of that sign. For instance, the sign Cancer is associated with home and family, as well as emotional intensity. A Mercury retrograding through Cancer could have us focus on aspects of our family and home life and get deeper in touch with our emotional state. In 2018, all Mercury retrogrades will pass through fire signs: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Therefore, we may be more willing than normal to engage in conflict over things we're passionate about, because, well, that's what fire signs do. While there is generally a negative connotation surrounding retrograde periods, there are also ways to interpret Mercury retrograde that are more positive. Since things will feel a little crazy during retrograde, it can be a good opportunity to do some internal reflecting rather than making impulsive decisions. This can give you a chance to reassess your desires and purpose.
Yeah, man, you find yourself, man, in some chaos, some static, man, you know what I mean? Might be time to fall back and reflect, man, you know what I'm saying? Look at the entire board. You know, don't try to make too many crazy decisions at once, man. But, you know, it's definitely time to smarten up, you know what I'm saying? Open the market up, you feel me? Get some perspective. Reassess desires, purpose, okay? I mean, is this the way to counter this, chaotic frequency? Because either this is utter bullshit or this is really what's popping in the frequency war around this time. Thoth is going in. This is the third one this year, right? I'm interested to see if the last time they dropped the Popeye's chicken sandwich, if that was on the other Mercury retrograde, and then they keep dropping this shit every Mercury retrograde. I mean, you know, Thoth is the master of duality. You go from oneness to duality, dealing with Tehuti, Hermes, Trigonomegestus, 3 times great. We about to get back and sink Egypt some more. You know what I mean? Dig on the sinking of Atlantis some more. And these are their idols. These are their gods. They even try to tie Thoth in with the angel Gabriel. You know what I mean? Try to make it, you know, Gabriel is hijack situation. And here we go with dualities because there must be multiple Gabriels, man. Gabriel's also the one that Muhammad said, you know, gave him the drop, right? So, yeah, man. I mean, the OASP also has that connection. Yeah, we're just gonna, you know, rub the surface a bit, man, because we will be, you know, dipping on down, man, on that emerald tablets, and we'll get back to it. This is a reintroduction. You know, we're doing a lot of callbacks to these golden spikes along the railroad, you know, along the journey here at Drop Nation, man. So, yeah, you know, we done dug on this before, but let's go.
So now you know everything you need to know about Mercury retrograde.
Okay.
Have fun using it as an excuse for all of your problems.
Yeah. So this static, this whole static period, let's try this link again just for fun while they over here messing with us, This is the third Mercury retrograde. Right, this is going through November 20th, 2019. Some type of backward step, you know what I mean? Backwards motion. Just try to get the drop before they cut us off again. Let's see how far they let me go. Those who dread Mercury's retrograde motion say that when, damn you, man. Damn you, man. I'm just gonna belly flop. Oh, damn, I went all the way to the end. All right, I guess it's not really that long anyway, man, but y'all get it, man. Shit, y'all get it. Believers in the malevolent power of Mercury retrograde blame the phenomenon for everything from arguments to lost mail, luggage, automobile accidents, warn people to hold back on conducting important business during this time. Of course, few of us can afford to hide under our beds for 3 weeks. So far, for most people, life goes on as usual during Mercury retrograde. And if you choose to be more cautious during this time, well, a little extra caution never hurt nobody. Have you ever had a negative experience? All right, so you see that they're connecting all this stuff with chaos. We good, man. We got enough. Now, this is this, when you get into this retrograde through these particular horror astrological signs, you get a lot of these, astrological teachers. I'm just belly flopping with a couple of these astrological teachers. I don't subscribe to no tarot cards and all that stuff. I just want to get the drop out and see if we can gather anything else, out of this, Thoth, Tehuti energy spell, that's popping off right now. I just want you to understand the frequency war, understand that it's deeper than your conscious, Let's go. Let's get a couple minutes.
Hi, I'm Stella Woods, and today I'm going to tell you about Mercury's retrograde transit through air sign Gemini. This begins on the 19th of May 2015 and runs through to the 12th of June. Now, in Roman mythology, Mercury was the messenger of the gods, which symbolically meant that he transferred matter from the unconscious mind to the conscious mind. And that's what the Mercury retrograde transit is all about for us today in the 21st century. So Mercury rules all things to do with communication, broadcasting, writing, teaching, radio, TV, text messages, all that sort of thing.
Communications, right? Laptops, all this stuff is Thoth, man. Just now that we know we're digging on Thoth, right? I'm just trying to get the drop out. Mercury rules all of this high tech, high tech hijack.
TV, text messages, all that sort of thing comes under Mercury, and especially computers and the internet.
Computers.
Now, Mercury in Gemini, this is an air sign transit, and so one of the questions that we're going to be looking at over this 3-week period, what are the meaning of the relationships in my life? And these are the relationships with your brothers, your sisters, your partners, your boss, your colleagues, your spouse, all that sort of thing. Everybody you know, the way you communicate with them, the way you listen to them, the way you interact, and how honest and how full of integrity that communication is. So one of the things that astrologers will tell you about when Mercury is retrograde is about things going wrong. Missed appointments, lost documents, broken phones, broken computers, cars, faulty machinery, misunderstandings, broken promises. This is not some kind of maverick god at work. It's simply that if your life is in chaos, it's a sign that you need to go inside, meditate, calm down, and look at what you're really trying to tell yourself when your car breaks down or you miss that text or whatever it is.
Any of y'all going through any of this hijack? You know what I mean? Is it all Thoth's fault? What's really popping in the frequency war?
Another thing you need to watch out for with Mercury retrograde is signing important contracts and buying important new purchases. The advice is to wait until Mercury goes direct after the 12th of June, because information often comes out during this period which would make us change our mind if we had made the decision beforehand. So you might find that second-hand car is cheaper if you wait until after Mercury goes direct, or that there's some clause in the contract that you'd overlooked. So no signing important contracts or important major purchases when Mercury is retrograde. On the other hand, it's a fantastic time to finish off old business, do things like editing, revising, going over work that you've already started to make sure that it's perfect. Now let's take a look at the chart to see the dynamics of what I'm talking about with Mercury retrograde, because astrology is seen as a very technical subject, but I just want to show you in this diagram it's actually quite simple. So here's Mercury, the messenger of the gods at 13 Gemini.
The messenger of the gods, right? Back to the angel Gabriel. We're about to get on this Tehuti, man. I just want to warm it up, man. Just warming up your palate, digging on, these different, wing whams, what I mean? But we're getting some water, man. So again, I just want you to hear from them that this is the messenger of the gods. You dig? This is the messenger. What's another word for messenger? Mashiach. So don't speak Mashiach to us, referring to Christ, sun God, Horus, right? Referring to this other, immaculate conception and this duality and duplicity and reflection and duplication, these phantoms. Especially when we're just talking about the same, Muhammad, the same sun, the same moon, the same messenger. This messenger would be called Christ. This messenger would be called, Mashiach. You can't Mashiach your way into the hearts of the people. You can't just choose any messenger without building on and clarifying the foundation of what you're teaching about. If it's not going direct to Hawa, if you want us to bring a HaMashiach back to Hawa, a messenger back to Hawa, then man, there ain't no way that we can walk side by side, because I'm always going to go direct to my creator. I don't need to bring a messenger back. The messenger's only job is to get me directly to my creator. So why would I drag a messenger back to my creator when I'm just being awakened to remember who I am? Not through a messenger, only through the one source, the oneness, right? The connection, the frame of the shape of the unity. So dodge your messengers. This is what we're getting clear. We're talking about Mercury, right? Let's go, man. Because when we talk Mercury, man, we're just talking Thoth, right? Tehuti. Thoth goes by many names. Pull up Know Thyself 11.blogspot.com. Thoth goes by many names, which many people know, but do not know where the names come from. There are many occult groups that practice under Thoth. Greek, all right, Thoth, Greek, Tehuti, Egyptian, Cymatics, African, or, Atlantean, all right. Other names that Tehuti, Thoth go by throughout history: Hermes, Greek, their mythology version of Tehuti. Mythology version of Tehuti is Hermes. That's the mythology version of the real Tehuti. Right? Mercury is the Roman version. Their mythology version of Hermes and Tehuti's is Mercury, all the same frequency. So when she talks about Mercury as the messenger of the gods, she's talking Tehuti, she's talking Atlantean, she's talking Egyptian. Whether you're talking Hermes, Mercury, Tehuti, or Thoth, or even Gabriel, depending on which one. Tehuti, Thoth play a very important role in ancient Egyptian Cymatics religion. Modern man is not very smart. Actually, we are at the lowest level. Well, speak for yourself. We are in a reverse cycle of intelligence. Speak for yourself. Because of this false sense of self-greatness, you have become arrogant, thus overlooking the most minute details of life without being humble or having inner peace, love for others. You will not understand the Kemetic belief system. Amen. Speak for yourself. All right. This will be a short explanation of this Kemetic. All right. You dig on that. Tehuti works in conjunction with his wife, Ma'at. All right. So now you see a reflection, a duplication of the framer and the shaper. The framer and the shaper. So he's taking the credit, right? So again, when you pray and you say, thank you, Most High for my life and for all this and all this, and I pray all this in the name of this Hamashiach, right? Barashim Hamashiach. Who's now getting the glory, right? If you don't know Christ, you lost. If you don't know Christ, you ain't going nowhere. I thought I have to know Hawa. No, but you got to know Christ better in order to know Hawa. Damn, that's hijack city, bro. Because they're doing phantoms and duplications all over the place. Tehuti, Ma'at, right? This is where they get their laws, right? Their principles of Ma'at. Framer, shaper, wisdom, right? So this will be their wisdom. Shekinah is responsible for giving humans culture and civilization. So you got all your culture and civilization from Thoth or Tehuti or, Hermes, or Mercury. Mercury hooked you up with all of your human civilization and culture. Tehuti is the giver of esoteric law or physical law, and Ma'at, spiritual, again, framer, shaper. Tehuti is the god of science and higher wisdom. Tehuti is also the god of mathematics and writing systems, along with art and magic. All right. In Torah, Holy Bible, Quran, Tehuti is whom they call the angel Gabriel. So this is when they hijack Gabriel. So either it's all connecting, in some, other bridge, or they got an alternate Gabriel, right? So it was Tehuti that informed Isis a set of the arrival of the world's first savior. Oh, Christians, I'm sorry, but before you were talking savior, they were talking savior. Before you were talking salvation, Atlantis was talking salvation. They just wanted to be free of their cephali. And they found a plant. They found a plant to give them salvation, man. They found a plant to give them salvation. It was also Tehuti that instructed and directed Isis on set in her process of immaculate conception. Oh, damn. They got immaculate conception. They got a savior and immaculate conception. And you looking at us crazy when you reading that story about their Zeus, because when they talk Horus and Heru, they're just talking Zeus and Isus and Jesus. They even bring it up right here to let you know that Thoth, Tehuti, the messenger, Gabriel, all said Isis is Mary. Uh-oh. Shrine of the Black Madonna and Child, Heru, Horus, the first savior. So when you say who's the savior and the Messiah in the world, they say who? Isus. They're just talking Horus, Heru, sun god, right? So what happened with Apollo? Apollo got pissed at the shepherd Cephalus for not worshiping him no more. Cephalus, the shepherd, Saint Stephen Esteban, he wanted to worship the king of Atlantis. He wanted to worship Columbus. Esteban wanted to worship Columbus as the god. He's bringing him over the water, St. Christopher, right? Osiris, the judge of the humanity and afterlife God. So Osiris will be God. Horus is the son of God. He's the savior, the Messiah. Mary is Isis. a set. Tehuti, Thoth. He's the messenger. He's the Mashiach, right? Tehuti in higher wisdom. Holy Bible is translated a couple different ways. The first in which, when you see the word, God's word, this comes from the Greek meaning of the word logos in the human, in the Holy Bible, Gospel of John. All right. Logos really stands for logic. So, all right, they're breaking down their knowledge. Gnostic Greek really translates in the simple form or understanding of knowledge, deity, Tehuti as a religion. When the Romans gained knowledge of Tehuti thought from the Greeks, they made it into a religion and spread it throughout Europe, which gave rise to many secret occult groups, the Druids and Rosicrucians. Oh, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? My little homie don't like that hijack, so when I start talking hijack, you know what I mean? He gets a little frustrated, you know. I love to the real ones, man. You know what I'm going through, man. Daddy daycare, 24. 3 in the morning, daddy daycare. Let's go, man. He gave rise to many secret occult groups. So you got a lot of these groups popping out, talking about this Hermes and his 3 times great Trigonomegestes. Tehuti has a holy book called the Emerald Tablets, which his followers study from. So if this is the angel Gabriel, do you think the Most High would allow him to have his own holy book and his own followers to study from it? So we know we're talking phantoms and duplications, man. All right, man. And then they got this modern culture movie symbolic, and you know they're fishing a little bit, but they're drawing a connection with Thoth, Tehuti to these movies like Wizard of Oz. All right, I can see that. Emerald Tablets, Emerald City, The Matrix, logos, hovercraft. Okay, all right. Merlin, the Emerald Forest, possibly. You know, we got a Moshe connection, and that's another duplicity of this messenger Mashiach Thoth and this messenger Mashiach coming down with the writings. You know what I mean? They're trying to connect the writings only with Thoth. You know what I mean? And that's the phantom, the duplication. Because Thoth, even in his emerald tablets, even in his own emerald tablets, Thoth says he can't see beyond the greater light. So if he can't see beyond the greater light, he's definitely not connected with the greater energy, right? The Hawa. So this is phantoms and duplications in his own synthetic, you know what I'm saying, tango. His own synthetic tango. You got Transformers, you got the Cube. We're going to get on these Platonic solids. Shout out to Terrance Howard, man. We're going to get on these Platonic solids for the dismount. Star Wars, Yoda being green. All right, well, like I said, they fishing, man. But they're just talking to Hootie. You're just talking Jesus. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Dodge the hijack at all costs, man. At all costs, man. Another link you can get more drop about this, hijack of Atlantis situation. Now check this out, man. I just ran across this. This is from blackvoicenews.com. All right, the Black Egyptian Tehuti was the spiritual intellectual master whom sagas of all cultures and all ages declared to be the greatest master of them all. Ancient African sages said the metaneta, the word of God. Remember, God is Osiris. Uh-oh. To them, God is Osiris, all right? Was brought to them by Tehuti. So the African sages said that the Gabriel, right, the angel Gabriel, the messenger Tehuti Thoth brought them. He's the one that brought them the word, right? The one so ancient that he became a myth regarding his birth period. Salim says the carrier of divine intelligence lived 50,000 something BC. Okay. However, my guesstimate is 12,000 BC. Nonetheless, he was eventually elevated to a God man. Sounds like Jesus. Jesus is God. Jesus is man. Reflections, duplications. No one needs to believe in your Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, to get to our Hawa. We don't have to go through the God man. We don't have to go through the dog man. The dog, man. Oh, because Thoth is always, shown as this bird, you know what I'm saying? You already know it, man. If you don't know it, Google it, man. Birdman, but we just talking cynocephaly, right? We just talking Anubis. We just talking, syphilis, right? The shepherd, right? The Christ, right? The messenger, right? And then the God of wisdom. So he's elevated to a God man and then the God of wisdom. And this is when they start biting on the toes of your mama. Now you got brothers saying that your Ruach is their dog man Christ. But your Ruach is your mama, your breath, man. Let's go. So now he's the God of wisdom too. All right. God of medicine, protector of physicians, God of scribes, all this stuff. God of writing, communication, language, art, everything. Science, magic, everything. All power has been given to me. Matthew 28. Tehuti, Thoth, was particularly skilled at the art of sealing airtight containers, hence the term hermetically sealed. So he knew how to do magic, sealing, seal. Huh. Okay. For the people, each of these concepts was symbolized by African groits or storytellers, African artists, in the form of effect symbolic imagery. Examples: Tehuti was depicted as a baboon because a baboon's grave facial expression suggested thoughtfulness. Most commonly, he is depicted as the ibis-headed god, the bird-headed, right, to symbolize a bird form of the transcendent principle. So they try to fool us that these are all nectars, righteous principles. We know we're talking sinus of folly. When you talk baboon, syphilis, you're talking sinus of folly. So Tehuti's also pictured as a dog head, man. Tehuti. I gotta see this baboon. Let's go. Like that baboon in Lion King, man. Uh-huh. Hold up, man. I want images. I want images, man. Starting point of a cycle. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Cephali, huh? Thoth, Tehuti. Man. Hermes, Mercury, Retrograde. That's a pretty decent link, man, but I want to see these images, man. Oh, yeah. Cephali. Okay. We're just talking Thoth, man. We were just talking Thoth, man. The God, man. The dog, man. But you got the magic, so, you could be whatever you want to be, huh? Baboon, man, huh? So all this baboon, which we know is just that dog face, man. Okay. All right. So, you get the drop. We're just talking baboons over here. We're just talking baboons right here. And this is another one of those kind of astrological, situations. But let's see if we can get a couple minutes to drop out of this too. About Thoth, Tehuti, Retrograde. Oh, damn. I know the hijack ain't never late. Because the indigenous truth is always on time. And the Templar told you that. Let's back it up, man. Let's get a few minutes. She got her tarot cards up. Dodge the hijack. Dodge your own damn hijack. Ty Battle told you that. We're just trying to solve the Mercury retrograde. Or survive it, right? Survive the chaos of the doghead sinus of folly. Let go.
So before I pull cards, what I was getting is that this retrograde is going to focus heavily on feminine energy, vulnerability, and sensitivity. And I'm not...
All right. We're just talking feminine energy and just, think about that as a weapon. Weaponize feminine energy in the food. Look at our brothers. Look at the outfits they're wearing. A lot of feminine energy in hip hop. Let's go.
sure if you can go online and look this up. Like, I'm not really sure about what an astrologer would say this specific retrograde is about, or what people should look out for, or the themes, but I'm getting this all intuitively without, looking it up. A lot of people are going to be experiencing past things surfacing that have to do with vulnerability or sensitivity. So if there were certain events or people in your life in the past that caused you to kind of shut down your sensitive side, or that kind of caused you to not want to be as sensitive or vulnerable, I feel like that's going to come to the surface in this upcoming, or in this retrograde. So this is going to be happening on an individual level, but it's also going to be happening on a collective level, meaning that this is not only something that people go through in their individual lives, but this is a problem that society has. So if you pay attention, or if you just think back to a lot of the issues that society has, a lot of them have to do with the demonization of feminine energy, of sensitivity, of vulnerability. That's the reason that people tell little boys, stop acting like a girl, stop crying so much, or men will be, scrutinized or judged for being sensitive or being emotional. And women too. Of course, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us. So of course, women, we already know how women have been brutalized throughout history. So yeah, it's about not just demonizing or brutalizing women, but it's about brutalizing the energy of femininity that we all possess. So
you got that Beyonce kicking out, who run the world, who run the world? And obviously we know we give all honor to our sisters, to our mamas, but you know how they trying to weaponize the energy. That's the thing about it, man. I just got a couple seconds, man. I can't really dig too much on this, but at least we got that energy business, the weaponized feminine energy business. I'm gonna get this one, and then we're gonna go into the comments, man, and then get right into the Terrance Howard Platonic Solid drop, for the dismount, man. We just getting a nice swift flow going on. Let's get this one right here. Digging on this dog star. So now we're talking dog-headed, baboons, cephali. We got that drop. We might do another part because your comments are so on point. And I gotta, surf the wave.
Can my side be firm?
And my side's super soft. Man. And I gotta surf the wave with Jackie Anthony, you know what I mean? And so many of y'all in Drop Nation dropping that drop. Shout out to the real ones, man. So who knows, man? I'm just surfing the wave. Mysterious star in the sky. Sirius, man.
You'll see what seems to be millions of stars in the night sky. However, on any given night, we can actually see only about 2,500 to 3,000 of the 5,000 visible stars that can be viewed by the naked eye. These stars have helped form the mythologies and religions of mankind since the beginning of our existence, and their mysteries are still boundless, regardless of the progress of science. Of planets and gods. Planets were identified as gods who wandered around a nighttime tapestry of light, raising questions, giving answers, and stunning us with the beauty of the dark world. The background of fixed stars provided the context behind a complicated cosmology, influencing those planets, which in turn influenced us. Astrology became a friend of mankind and a reflection of the power of the sky on our Earth. Each star has its effect and specific energy, but one stood out more than the others because it was the brightest of all, Sirius. Sirius, the luminous. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky and is conspicuously
the lumens, the Illuminati, right? Let's go. The morning star. Let's go.
More luminous than any of the other stars around it. Sirius is bluish-white, but cycles through various colors as it twinkles. Catching an unexpected glimpse of it on a cold night can be breathtaking. Astronomically speaking, Sirius is known as Alpha Canis Majoris. In the world of astronomy, the lower the apparent magnitude of a celestial body,
y'all
the
just
brighter the object.
Y'all just heard it, but I'm gonna let you hear it again. He said Alpha Canis. Right, we're just talking to canine, right? Let's go, man.
For Canis Majoris, in the world of astronomy,
one more time, dog star,
right? On a cold night can be breathtaking. Astronomically speaking, Sirius is known as Alpha Canis Majoris.
Alpha Canis Majoris, so major dog. Major dog star. Let's go.
In the world of astronomy, the lower the apparent magnitude of a celestial body, the brighter the object. Sirius has an apparent magnitude of minus 1.46. By comparison, the second brightest star in the sky is Canopus, appearing in the constellation Centaurus. Canopus's apparent magnitude is minus 0.72, roughly half as bright as Sirius. Sirius is 40 times brighter than our Sun and is only 8.6 light-years away, making it a close neighbor. Following the Orion constellation, meaning between the two. Sirius is part of the constellation known as Canis Major, or the Big Dog. Interestingly enough, the constellation and star have been associated with dogs and wolves in many cultures all over the world. There are numerous reasons why this could be, but the most obvious is that Sirius seems to be following a great giant in the sky, Orion. The unmistakable image of a man walking across the heavens is universal, and since dogs have been with us for tens of thousands of years, it makes sense that this bright gem would follow behind, as canines have followed mankind since our two species learned to rely upon each other. This association has...
Hijack City, I got y'all, man. I got y'all. So yeah, we got the big dog in the sky, right? Cephali, that's what they worship. This is their sun. Let's go.
As well as in the energy that was perceived to be emitted from it. Sirius wasn't always a dog, though. The ancient Egyptians often associated Sirius with the goddess Isis, especially in its capacity as a signal that the Nile flood was on the way.
And Isis is Mary, according to that other doc.
The star could also be connected to Osiris, as well as Anubis and the goddess of Cyrus, Sobdet, whose name means she who is sharp.
So it could be connected to who? Don't skip past this one. Sinus Cephali. Oh, we're going to have to do another part on this, man, because this is the it's the basics, man, of the building blocks of the hijack. This is the basics, man. When you talk Atlantis, you can't talk hijack without talking Atlantis. You can't talk none of these religions without talking Atlantis, man. Apollo, Zeus, all this pantheon, all this bullshit, right? Why did the creator destroy? Why is it so, just, absorbed in all of our culture right now? We driving around seeing all these churches, all this stuff. All this is based on Atlantean energy. And that New Testimony is Atlantean Zeus hijack. It's the excellent new tune, they call it. It's the Cephali. The stars connected with the god of the Cephali, the shepherd, right? Let's go. The shepherd. Cephalis. This is Cephalis, man. Saint Christopher, right? Let's go, man.
And the goddess of Cyrus, Sobdet, whose name means she who is sharp. She brought fertility to the soil and was the consort of the entity known as Sa, the constellation Orion.
Mm-hmm.
In Western cultures, Canis Major is the dog of Orion, meaning the hunter.
This is the dog, man. Oh, man.
Orion's section of the sky is a spectacular one and dramatically splashes across the heavens. A play unfolds as a hunter and his dogs chase rabbits and are attacked by a ferocious bull, as implied by the imagery of the constellations involved. Orion is near Taurus, while below him is a rabbit, Lepus, being chased by the big dog and a smaller dog. Many cultures have had a...
Lepus. Anything to do with the leprosy? Anything to do with the syphilis? We got to dissect the whole story, man.
Specific take on this beautiful star. In Norse mythology, it was the dog of Sigurd. For some, Sirius was seen as the dog of Tobias from the Apocrypha. The Greeks may have attributed Sirius to Sirius. Sirius and ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptian temples were aligned to the star, although it might be tempting to think that the only reason for its great popularity that it was the brightest star in the sky. There's much more to Sirius. Thousands of years ago in ancient Egypt, a culture that watched the sky carefully, the heliacal rising of Sirius, coincided with the summer solstice. A heliacal rising occurs when a star, after having been hidden by daylight for a period of time, can once again be seen shortly before sunrise. This moment defined the ancient Egyptian New Year, preparing them for the coming flood and the life-giving fertility that would arrive with it. Sirius had disappeared into the daylight hours approximately 70 days earlier. Interestingly enough, the standard period of preparation and mourning for ancient Egyptians was also 70 days. It's easy to see how Sirius could be associated with Osiris in this case. Some metaphysical scholars believe that the heliacal rising of Sirius and the ancient Egyptian New Year is instrumental in the planetary affiliations of the numbered cards in tarot. It's beyond the scope of this article to address this issue, but we believe that this is incorrect, and there's a much more sensible explanation as to why the system begins as it does. The flooding of the Nile was mythically considered to have been caused by the tears of Isis, mourning her slain.
The race for America's most musical family is on. I didn't know the show was going to be like this. That was incredible.
Hijack. Let's get a little bit more of this, man.
Husband, Osiris. Sirius was therefore connected to her pain and sacrifice, but also her immense determination and faith. In that way, Sirius would have held hope for the future, compassion for others, even our enemies, and a never-ending source of navigation in life. In the beautiful temple of Dendera, there is a depiction of the zodiac, more or less derived from a Greek model. In this carving, Sirius appears as a cow within a boat, a probable allusion to Hathor, the consort of Horus. Once again, the idea of a feminine energy is connected to the star. The dog star. Sirius is acknowledged by our culture every year. The so-called dog days of summer were once directly blamed upon the dog star.
The dog days of summer. Dog star, dog sun, black hole sun. Let's go.
The name Sirius means searing, glowing, or scorching. The reason for this connection was due to the appearance of Sirius in conjunction with that time leading to the hottest part of the year and the increase of heat as weeks progressed. It was said that the brightness of the star, added to the heat of the sun, increased temperatures significantly, bringing us the most oppressive, hottest time of the year, something we still allude to today. Although Sirius has been viewed as a positive omen and energy in the sky, it has just as often been feared and maligned. It is being called a red star, even though it is not red now, and probably has always been blue-white. This has led some to speculate that at one time it actually was red in color, but it seems more logical that this was a reference to the kind of energy that some believe came from it, beyond the heat and scorching effect.
Remember, man, vibration, man. These colors are vibration, so you got the lowest vibration popping off of this situation, man. You add this to this, hijack energy from the moon, apparently, man. It's, what I'm saying, changing it from a magnetic vibration to an electromagnetic vibration. And, my naga, just be patient with yourself, your brothers, your family. We are in a frequency war. Choose up.
Effect by likening it to other stars that were reputed to be dangerously negative in energy and act
dangerously negative. This dog star. Combine this with Mercury in retrograde. Retrograde Mercury. Retrograde Thoth. More of this hijack energy. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. You know why, man? Because we just want to talk about comments anyway, man. We just want to talk about our comments anyway, man. But yeah, man, we got this energy. We got to dodge it. And this is all we talking about. It's all we feeling. So you might be at work getting jammed up. You might be getting jammed
With
up.
my friends from
Man, with these hijacks all day, you might be